You
Slavery was U.S. slavery in America in the 17 and 1800s, was that immoral?
Yes. And who abolished
Okay.
slavery? I mean, it was largely Christians. I mean, I'm sure you know the history.
I'm glad many Christians, not all. I'm glad that those Christians did not listen to their Bibles, and I'm grateful for that.
So for anyone who doesn't, just for the avoidance of doubt, because people sometimes haven't seen this stuff, I know that you have. So
Yeah.
here we have Leviticus 25:44. As for the male and female slaves, this is when he's finished talking about the Hebrew slaves, and he said, they're not really your slaves, they're your fellow Hebrews. You can't treat them harshly. They're just there to work off a debt. And then he turns to, in the law, the people who you are allowed to own as equipment, as farm equipment, essentially human farm equipment. As for the male and female slaves who you may have, it's from the nations around you. You may acquire male and female slaves. You may also acquire them from among the aliens residing with you and from their families who are with you or have been born in your land. They may be your property. You may keep them as a possession for your children after you, for them to inherit as property. These you may treat as slaves. But as for your fellow Israelites, no one shall rule over the other with harshness. So you can rule over, the people from other places with harshness, and you can beat them to death if you want to, as long as they don't die too quickly from their injuries, and you can pass them on to your kids like a nice dining table. Do you think that was okay? Are you going to make Are you going to make the same argument here as the terrible position you took on men with other men, that it was like just a fact of the time and God had no choice but to allow it?
So slavery in the Old Testament was, like the guy was saying, it's indentured servitude. So it's also not like, and I'm sure you obviously know this, you're educated. It wasn't like chattel slavery, right?
It was.
Obviously,
what I just read to you was not indentured servitude. That's why I was at great pains to spell out for you the difference. The indentured servitude pertained to fellow Hebrews. Do you understand that?
Yeah, no, I'm saying they called it slavery, but
right.
it functioned a little more like
this functioned nothing at all like indentured servitude. Under indentured servitude, after 6 years or in the Jubilee year, people could go free if they were men, and they had certain protections that were not available to the slaves from other nations who were never allowed to go free at any point. They remained property forever for you to pass on to your children. That isn't indentured servitude. That's chattel slavery in every sense of the word.
Could never be freed, right?
These guys were never freed. That's why it said you pass them on to your kids.